Welcome back, guys. Good evening. How are you all doing? I hope it was a nice day for you. And whatever be the case, if you take a loss today, be grateful. If you take profit today, be careful. Okay. So this is, as you all know, this is the our daily market review for Euro dollar and dollar index, and this is video for you Thursday, for Wednesday, January 4th, 2024. So, like we priced yesterday, you can look. This is the whole chart as we keep presenting each and every candle, everyday candle that is printed. We keep presenting that to you all. I hope you are grateful for this, and thanks for your own, thanks for uh, uh thanks for your support, because maybe your comment on my videos, your likes, your subscription to my channel, and all that go a long way to help me. So I really appreciate your support. So on today's video, I am going to talk about the delivery of today candle. So the Euro US dollar daily contract for Thursday for January 2024 rally higher as anticipated in previous day projection. Like if you check our previous day, we expected to see euro rally higher and taking out the buy side liquidity, and that has just been played out. Uh, I am very glad to see euro price higher into the buy side liquidity, that is the previous day high as projected. Same thing into this buy the previous day high as projected. Now the Euro US dollar priced into the daily ICT fair value gap, otherwise known as CB, which is sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency, formed on the Tuesday, January 2024 to 2nd of January 2024, down close candle and retrace lower in New York AM session. So we price today rally above this price liquidity, and market rally lower in during the New York session, local time, New York local time. So that is being said. Now the Euro US dollar draw on liquidity is set to start appreci- appreciating the weekly and monthly draw on liquidity, that is start seeking buy side liquidity. So meaning that my ideas based on what I'm seeing in the market now is not I prefer, what the market is presenting is that uh daily the daily candle will now start what respecting the monthly draw and the weekly and monthly draw on liquidity, meaning that on a weekly basis we don't expect to see this buy sell side liquidity taken, but on a weekly basis we want to see this sell side liquidity taken. On a monthly basis we want to see this buy side liquidity taken. So we favor on a monthly and weekly, we did favor buy side liquidity. So, and what has just happened, this down close was just a retracement into a PDA array. So we get to the weekly. This is the weekly PDRs. You can see on Wednesday, 3rd January 2024, market price into that uh, weekly order block, an ICT weekly order block, and now we rally higher. So now, tomorrow being Friday, now I would like to see tomorrow daily price deliver in range. That is, I want to see it deliver in ranges, and I expect to see an insider day candle. Otherwise, price should seek buy side liquidity or previous day high. So meaning that I want to see this to the Friday candle be on a range without taking buy side nor sell side. Now, if we want to talk about the next closest sell side to be taken is this previous day low, but I don't support the idea of the market taking out this previous day low. Rather, I Rather, I support the market taking, otherwise the market should take this, or we should be on a ranging. Then next week, Monday, price should price into the days an hourly bullish order block. Then we price into that then I want to see next week to start delivering higher volume of buy side liquidity. So that being said, let's go to dollar index. Now, this is the dollar index as shown. So the dollar index, really, you see the price did rally lower but did not take out the sell side liquidity shown here. And if you go on a smaller time frame, you're going to see an SMT divergence. It has an SMT divergence that is correlated with the with the euro. Now the euro form a lower low, like with the euro form a higher high, but the dollar index failed to form a lower low. So this is what you should be taking note of every day as you watch as you watch or as you look at the market. So now, with this being said, I don't expect this side to be taken because we already tap into the weekly PDRs. So I prefer to see price, start rallying lower. So I don't prefer or I don't expect to see market go into this. But as long as the consequent encroachment of this fair value gap or CB is still untapped, so there is a room for price to play around this area on Monday next week before we see price rally lower. So that being said, let's go to the 4 hours on Euro market. Welcome back. This is the uh, 4 hour euro dollar contract, and as you can see, we have an SMT divergence. I really did not want to impute it or did not want to identify it, but I will have to identify it on the 1 hour so you can see the SMT divergence, just like what is here. The SMT divergence that was formed yesterday, same thing did form today in relation to dollar. But then let's take us deep down what happened today. The euro dollar euro USD 4 hourly contract shows the efficient price delivery for Wednesday, January 4th, 2020, for Thursday, sorry, January 4th, 2023. On the 4 hour, we can see price trade into the daily fair value gap and CB and price rally for the daily range. So what am I trying to say is this whole efficiency is also on the daily. So I would like not to apply it into the 4 hours, but to illustrate it on the daily. So we price into this 4 hours, then before taking and we take out this buy side liquidity before rallying lower. So now I will be pleased to see Euro dollar price into the 4 hour ICT bullish order block form form on Wednesday 3rd January 2024 at 5 o'clock PM New York local time. This is what I am implying. I would like to see Euro dollar get into this 4 hour this down close candle is formed at 5 o'clock PM 3rd January 2024, which is Wednesday, last Wednesday. So on the 4 hour, we can still expect. Now I want to see these have a great hold and strong influence in price for the daily, weekly, and monthly buyers. Now, I want to see this bullish order block, 4 hour bullish order block, have a strong influence on the daily, monthly, weekly buyers. On the daily, we can see the whole retracement for the daily has finished, and this is a short term retracement on the 4 hour. Now, if we retrace into this bullish order block, I want to see everything submit to the monthly price action. So now on this place, we can now take a long time watch. Maybe if you want to hold for full monthly range, for the January monthly range, you can buy here and put your stop just below this candle low and seek for higher or for the full daily monthly ranges. So that being said, on the 4 hour we can still expect short time retracement, just as I've said, before the 4 hour and daily submit to the weekly a monthly draw on liquidity. So let's go to the dollar index and see what what we have here. So on the dollar index, we can see we have I don't know, I really don't want to add this, but I'm not. On the dollar index for hourly, we can see the price rally into this yesterday. Uh, this is the SMT divergence. We did not form a lower low, we did not take sell side liquidity, but we indeed take buy side liquidity on euro. So we fall short of this, which is an SMT divergence. And if you can see, we have relatively equal high here. I want to add that to the chart. On 4 hour, we have that equal high there. No equal high. So So I would like to see price take that equal high and before we start seeing lower prices. So that being said, on the dollar index, let's go for the hourly contract on euro. Okay, this is the euro dollar 4 hour contract for Thursday, January 2024. So 4th Thursday, 4th January 2024. So as you can see, this is our 4 hour uh, bullish order block that we identify on 4 hours, and this is the high and the low of that order block. And as you can see, I actually annotate the stop. So if you want to take a trade, you can actually enter trade here and you put your stop. But I'm not doing this. I'm not annotating this for you to go and risk money on the market, but I'm just annotating it for you to see how price is booking and how effectively ICT concepts could be. I've never seen a concept that can work, you know, that can, I'm not using no indicators, nothing, just the price action, the each candle, I identify each candle and every consequence candle, and I can read all like this all till 1 minute. I mean, down to 1 minute price. So it's amazing though. So this is the short time sell side liquidity. I want to see taking that we price into. I want to see that taking market should price into this price into this for hourly. Then we can now anticipate for higher. This is a short time draw on liquidity, and now we can now look at the long time, which is the weekly draw on liquidity. So let's go to euro and see. So this is the as a euro. This is the dollar index, the XY, and as you can see on the XY we have equal high here, which is also known as what buy side liquidity. And I want to see the short time buy side liquidity taking, then price to rally lower than before seeing a major move lower. So then we have another sell side liquidity. So I'm not going to identify this, but I would like to see this taken up. So that being said, we have come to the end of this today market review. I hope this was insightful, and if you did learn something if you did learn from it, then you can give me a thumbs up. That would really be appreciated. And well, all is said, nothing left. Thank you, and God bless. Enjoy trading. Happy trading. Yeah. Let me just take 2 minutes for us to listen to one section of my mentors. Some section. If you want to join me, you can join me though. I've already come to the end of this video. Since I still have like time, I just want to go into my mentor. Something my mentor says that still stay in the back of my mind on one of his podcast, and I just wanted to play that for us to hear and for every one of us to learn from it. When adversity becomes when adversity becomes your objective to overcome. One session per day. So I hope there's you can nothing hear this. Inherently wrong with placing a time scheduled goal, but
But you have to be flexible in that. And some of you don't really write that into your trading plan or your study. You've made no allowance for it. It's finite. It's definitely got to be this time. And what you've done is you created an adversity that you will constantly refer back to every day. If you don't have a positive increase, you're going to feel like you're going to be overcome by that adversity. It's going to feel like it's a looming event on the horizon that's going to undo you, overtake you, prevent you from succeeding. And that feeds that what if thinking, that what if toxic thinking that, what if I don't really amount to anything in trading? What if I've looked at all these different approaches to trading and even outside of my stuff and you just can't find it? What happens if you are in that category? Well, you're in that category if you want to be in that category. That's the only way you end up there. Because if you stop, you are there. You arrived at unsuccessful. Population increase by 1. But that's a choice. That's a destination you choose to pitch a tent in and live there. You don't have to be there. But it's a temporary destination. Everybody goes through that in the early stages. Unsuccessful attempts. But the adversities that successful people see, they see them as mile markers or rungs on a ladder. I'll give you an example. My concern when I first started in 1992 was I was afraid to get into a trade. It was so uncomfortable for me to get to the point where I would feel conviction enough to say, hey, this makes sense for me to buy. Because I was only trying to be a perma bull. I didn't understand shorting, and I was looking for any reason to be in an oversold condition.
I will only
where
talk
market
about
should go
it maybe
up. And
on
in
a
my
weekly
mind, in the
basis.
limited perspective I had in infancy as a trader, and
I
very,
will
very
be doing
small
that for. I will just be doing that for
like it was
on BDC or
embarrassing
for weekly, maybe
to even
weekly
think about
basis.
trading with real
Just
money.
call out where to look out for
But I
on a
tried
weekly basis and
But the
on
fear of
monthly
getting in
basis as well.
was overwhelming.
So you can have
That fear of, what if I
your
do it
own
wrong?
views
What if I
on
lose?
price.
I can't afford to lose this. Like, this is money I borrowed against a credit card, for Pete's sake. It's not smart to do these things, but I was being desperate. Because people do things for one of two reasons: inspiration and desperation. And I was desperate to leave the mundane, the average. I didn't want to be that. Just like you don't want to be that. That's why you're trying to do this. You want better than what you have right now, and that's not greed. There's no reason for you to be conflicted morally about that. For some of you that are spiritual and you walk a spiritual life and you think that trading is gambling, well, if you do reckless things, then it is gambling. But investing is smart. It's a good stewardship. Investing, not gambling. Having a mindset about adversities, like for instance mine was fear of getting into a move. How can I overcome this? Well, I had to have multiple choices. I needed to have an arsenal that I didn't have one way to do something and have it potentially be wrong. If you only have one technique, okay, let's think about like a martial art.
So
you had one technique and you could only be successful in that combat
so
if you were able to correctly
today's video.